Hello Tinkerpreneurs. In this video we will be studying to create an online quiz platform. So in order to create this online quiz platform, you need to know about Google Forms and Google Sheets and also how to install some basic add-ons. So this video is created as part of Tinkerpreneur Bootcamp organized by Adal Innovation Mission. So myself, Sebin Sunny, I am the regional mentor of change for the state of Kerala. So let us deep dive into the hands-on thing. So in order to make an online quiz platform, we require Google Forms, and also we need to know the basics of Google Sheets and also installing add-ons or extensions in Google Sheets. So in order to start with, first open a Chrome browser, or if you have any other browsers, you can proceed with other browsers also. You can use Mozilla Firefox, you can use Internet Explorer, you can use Edge, you can use Safari. So whatever browsers you have, just open a new tab, and on the top right corner you can see some options like Gmail, and there is one images option here, and there is 9 dots also here. So inside the 9 dots you can see the Google Forms, Google Sheets, etc. So here I am first going to sign into my Google Drive. So remember, open a new tab or a new browser. So inside that, log into your Google account. So here I am using my official ID to log in. So you can use your personal IDs. Just type in your password and username and click next. You will be redirected to the Google Drive. So we will be creating the Google form inside the Google Drive. So how to create this Google form? So on the top left side, you can see a new option. Click on the new option and you can see the Google Forms option. So here click on the Google Forms option and you will be getting a Google form. So name the Google form as per your convenience. So here I am naming my Google form as online quiz. So you can change the name of the form as online quiz by clicking on the top left side. So earlier it was untitled form. So just when you click, it will be turning into the name that you have given. You can also change the name as per your wish. So the next process is to add some questions. So here I have provided some questions and also some multiple choice answers. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to convert this online form to a quiz. So you are familiar how to add the questions and all. So here when you take a Google form, on the right side you will be having an option to create a question. So put your question, give the options, and once you provide the options, you can decide whether the question is compulsory or not. In certain cases you need to click this tick mark in order to make it compulsory. And also you can change the type of questions. You can change the type to short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, or you can even make the respondent to upload some files. Also, if you are taking some feedback, you can go for linear scale, multiple choice grid, checkbox grid, and even you can directly get the date and time by putting the date and time options. So in the case of quiz, we require only questions and some options. So here I have given questions and also uh, the options for that. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to convert this form into a quiz, online quiz. So for that you can see on the top banner there is an option known as settings. Click on the settings. So there you can see you need to click on the quizzes and you need to enable the form as a quiz. So here you can see some options like when to release the grades and also whether the person attending the quiz can see the answers or the points that he received. All these things you can set. So here I am giving like the grades to be released immediately after each submission. And also I am ticking all these things so the respondent will be able to see the questions missed, the correct answers, and how much point that we have provided. So clicking on this thing, you need to hit the save button. In my case, as I have joined from an official mail ID, so here you can see there is an additional option like restrict users in Sripati Institute of Management and Technology as trusted organization. So if you are joining from an official mail or an official ID like other than Gmail IDs, you need to untick this thing, else it may not be available to Gmail users. So I am giving one more option, that is I am collecting the mails so that I can limit the number of times a person attends the quiz, and also I can prevent the spammers. There are certain softwares like robotic process automation softwares. We can use this thing to bombard with lot of responses. So in order to prevent that, I am authenticating the response with the collect mail option, and also I am limiting the response. So clicking on save, our form will now convert it to a quiz. So here we are trying to issue a certificate also. So we need to ask the respondent to provide the name. So here I am providing name as in certificates. So that should be made a mandatory question. So right now we have provided all questions. Now we need to automatically get the grade when the respondent fills the or attempts the quiz. So for that you need to select each question, and here you can see there is an answer key. Click on that. You need to put some points. So for the first point I am giving 10 points. So the first question is which of the following accounts for the, and I am selecting the answer and click done. So you need to do the same thing for all the questions. So here I have 5 questions, and for every question I have given 10 points. So for every correct answers, the person who is attempting the quiz will be getting 10 points. And I am marking all the questions as required ones. So the respondent needs to attempt all the questions. So you can do one more thing. Sometimes if you are providing lot of questions, you can shuffle the order. You can shuffle the order of the questions. So you can see that thing in the presentation option. So earlier we used the quizzes option to make the form as a quiz. Inside the presentation, you can shuffle the question order. So if you have lots of questions, you can go there and shuffle the question order. Now we need to go to the responses tab. So inside the responses tab, you can see one option whether we are accepting the responses or not accepting the responses. So you need to enable this as accepting the responses. So in order to automatically generate the certificates, we need a Google Sheet option. So here you can see a green icon, which is the Google spreadsheet. So click on the Google spreadsheet. So you will be getting a pop-up window like this. There, create a new spreadsheet. So once you create the new spreadsheet, all of you will be familiar with Microsoft Excel. So this will be like this. So once you receive this thing, you need to ensure that you are having all the fields that you have provided in the Google form. So once you open this Google Sheet, the next thing you need to do is to install an add-on. So on the top menu, you can see lot of options. There you can see one option known as add-on. Click on the add-on button and click on get add-ons. So once you click on get add-ons, you will be redirected to the Google Marketplace. There you can search for Certify EM or some other add-ons like Autocrat. So here I am using Autocrat. So with the help of Autocrat, we will be able to automatically generate some certificates when the respondent gets a minimum score. So let us see how we create this automation, certificate automation. So I am opening my Autocrat. So once you install the add-on, you need to restart this Google spreadsheet. Then only you will be able to see the add-on there. So here I have the add-on. So inside the add-on, I am going to launch the Autocrat. So you can see a blank window here. So initially there will be nothing there. Inside Autocrat, we need to initiate a new job. So why we use Autocrat is that this Autocrat can be used to automate the process of generating certificates. So inside Autocrat, we need to initiate a new job. So once you initiate the new job, you will be asked to provide a job name. So I am giving it as Solar Online Quiz. So once I click on the name, or once I decide the name, then you need to put the next option. So inside next, I need to select a template. So the next step is to select a certificate template. So in order to create the certificate template, you can use either Google Doc or Google Slides. So here I am using a Google Slide option. So already I have created my template. So this is my certificate template. So here you can see there are two fields that will be filled in automatically. One is the name field and the other one is the score field. So you can see in my so let me show you one thing. So here you can see some fields, the header fields. So the first line of our Google Sheet is the header fields. So here you can see one score option. So just memorize how it is written. And also you can see a field known as name. So here the header is like name as in certificates. So we need to write this thing exactly in our template. So here I need to write like as in certificates. So it should be exactly like the header field, or else the automation will not work. And also you need to remember one thing, you are not supposed to copy paste anything in here. You need to type it, then only this automation will be working. So once again I am initiating my Autocrat. I am launching it. So once I launch it, you need to create a new job. So only once you create a new job, then only you will be ready to run the automation. So for the new job, again I am putting the name Solar Online Quiz. Clicking on the next option, you will be asked to select the template. So here I am going to use this particular template with some logos in there and some fields there. So once you click on the use option and click on the next button, the fields that you have entered in the template. So here you can see there is a name and SIN certificate field and a score field. It will be automatically selected. So here you can see name as in certificates and score field. And also you need to specify which tab we are using. So here I am going to use form responses tab. So click on next. You will be asked to provide a name for the certificate. So here I am going to provide the name as the name of the participant, name as in certificates. So this is how I will be providing the name. And also you will be asked to what type of certificate to be sent to the participant or the respondent of your online quiz. So here we need to select it as PDF, or else you will be sending some Google slides which can be easily edited by anyone. And click on the next option. So here you need to select a folder in your Google Drive. So the certificates will be present only in that folder, or else your entire drive will be filled with the certificates created by or the certificates generated by this particular event. So here I am selecting it as certificates, or I will select some other. So here I am selecting one drive which is present inside my drive, a folder inside my drive. So you can choose or you can create a new folder inside your drive and select that folder to store all the generated certificates. Then I am clicking on the next option. The dynamic folder, we are not using this thing. So clicking on the next, you will be asked to do an set merge condition. So usually this set merge condition happens when, or we will be actually in this online quiz platform, we are generating the certificates when the participant or the person who is attending the online quiz scores a minimum amount of points or a minimum points. So we need to tell the automation software, like if the participant is having points above 80, then only you need to generate the certificates. So that's what we are going to tell here. So here I am providing an add condition and clicking on the score, and I am changing it as it's given equals. So whenever the score is equal to 80 or above, or just like greater than 80, then only, not 80, here we have only 40 points. So here I am giving it as greater than 40, or we will give it as greater than 30. Let it be 60%. So this is the condition when the certificate is generated. So I am clicking on next. So we will be asked whether we need to share the certificate or not. So this is the part where we will be sharing the certificate with the respondents. So here I am clicking yes, and I need to share the PDF doc. So where to send? So we need to send the certificate to the email. So how our email looks like? So you can see the first field, it's like an email address. So you need to type email address. So this is how we need to write. So what is the subject? Subject is like congratulations, and you can provide some message here. And if you need to specify dear name of the respondent, you can provide it like this. You can provide the uh, name, or you can call the name from the Google Sheet. Like that we can specify. So clicking on next. Now once a respondent scores a minimum points of 60, then a certificate will be automatically generated, and it will be sent to the person, or the respondent, via mail. So this need to be done automatically. So we should activate a trigger. So here we are enabling a trigger. So whenever some so whenever there is a person, um, whenever a person attempts the quiz and he scores above 60%, it triggers the autocrat to generate a certificate and send it to the registered mail ID. So once you finish this much, click on the save button. So this is the process by which we will be doing the automation. Now let us see whether this thing works or not. So you need to go to the online part. So inside the questions, this will be the form looks like. So I am just providing some details of mine. So let us see whether it's working or not. So if I install, yes, name as and certificate, I am giving it as 780, which energy code. So I am putting some and clicking on next. You will be getting the score. So here I have 50 out of 50. So that means full points. So now let us see whether the certificate is generated or not. So right now I am going to my mail. So inside my mail, so now I am submitting this response. So my score is 50 out of 50. So now let us see whether the certificate is generated or not. So I am opening my mail. So once you open your mail, you can see a certificate is being generated. So here you can see this is the certificate. As I have not added any email body, there is no email content here. So you can provide some email content here, like dear name of the participant, thank you for attempting our quiz, something like that. So this is how basically how we run or how we automate a Google form or a Google sheet in order to generate the certificates automatically. So this thing you can use to generate an online quiz platform. And how to share the online quiz link. So here you can see a send option in the Google form. Click on the send option. So there you will be able to see the link option. Click on the shorten link and you can share this link to all your friends, and you can ask them to fill this form, and you will be getting a certificate. So these type of activities can be considered as a digital product. So you can create lots of queues, you can create a lot of some fun activities using this thing, and based on the respondents submission you can generate some certificates automatically. So that's our first digital product. So thank you for watching. So we look forward for some active student to become the real tinkerpreneurs. Thank you all. Thank you for watching this event.